Hey. It was all planned. That's right, Sith Lord Dave. Well, thanks everybody for coming to hang out with us here tonight. You will definitely have to let me know if there are strange audio situations, because I did a big switch up on my OBS audio. So if you can't hear somebody, let me know, because it's probably my fault. But welcome. We are coming back here to play The Wild Beyond the Witchlight. We've been on, I guess it's been pretty much 3 months since our last episode. So we're bringing it back. I think our plan here is to be playing this every other week. So you can catch this on alternating Tuesdays at 7:30. If you're watching on YouTube, I know we had some people watching on YouTube. Welcome back. If you were watching along, wanting just to see how we do things, hopefully you haven't gotten too far ahead of where we're at. But we're going to pick up here. We kind of had a big cliffhanger the last time we played, so it's going to be kind of exciting to see. We haven't really seen the characters react to everything that happened when they were at Loomlurch. But before we get into our game, of course, just want to welcome you to 20 Sides to Every Story. This is our... what am I trying to say? It's been a long day. So, we're a gaming community, and we would welcome you to come and join us if you would like to join us on Discord. That's probably the best place to kind of get to know us and come hang out with us. Link there is in the chat. If you're watching on YouTube, there'll be a link to the Discord server in the description of the video. So come to the Discord, come hang out with us. We've got lots of games that are freely open to join, including our community campaign. Right now we're playing through as a group, the Temple of Elemental Evil. We're kind of working through sort of the last dregs of that campaign, but there will be a sequel campaign that we will boot up probably in July. So the Discord server is a good place to come and get information about that campaign, how you could join and interact with that, as well as all the one-shots and other things that we've got going on. So join us there. If you really like and enjoy the content that we put out, if you've been entertained by us in any way, you can consider, and you want to support it, consider supporting the Patreon page. I'll put that in the chat there as well. Patreon is probably the best way to support what I do with the channel, help me kind of improve things over time. Big perk to you is if you do support that, you get priority sign up for any of our community campaign games that we have. So check that out. The last announcement that I have is that next week, all the programming on the channel is going to be completely different than normal, because we are doing and celebrating our Week of Giving from May 9th to the 14th. So we've got special games that all the 20 Sides DMs are putting on to help us raise some money for the Center for Suicide Awareness. This is an organization that we've been supporting since 2019. We've been running charity games every year to kind of help and support the work that they do. They're based out of Kaukauna, Wisconsin. Many of us that kind of started the channel are from Wisconsin, so it's an organization we know, but it's an organization that impacts they've got reach in all states, all across the U.S. and even internationally. They're a very proactive organization that I think the thing that amazes me the most about what they do is they're really good at targeting and like kind of identifying groups, special groups that need kind of tailored support around mental health, emotional health, well-being, and suicide prevention. And one of the groups that they target specifically is gamers. And so I think that's quite novel, and we really appreciate the work that they do. So we're proud to support that organization. That's where all the money that we raised during the Week of Giving will be going to them. So come and check out the schedule. If you join the Discord, you'll be able to see the schedule of events. So we've got a lot of D&D, even some like kind of obscure RPG systems. Like we've got Winston's running Mouse Ritter. We've got Casey's doing Quiet Year. What's the system called that you're doing, Ike. That's a 5th edition, but it's like modern.
It's like a 5th evolution. It's like a 80s horror take on 5e using 5e mechanics.
So it's a lot of diversity in the stuff that we're offering there next week. So come check out a game and consider donating. In case you want to donate early, I'll throw the link to that in the chat as well. That will link you to our Tiltify page where we're receiving donations. So, and with that, I think we'll pick up the game. I've got some remarks in terms of summary and things like that I will give, but I'm going to hold off on doing those until we're going to do some character introductions. In case if you're stopping by, this is your first time watching the Witchlight campaign, we want to do a little, make sure you kind of know who these characters are before we get into our narrative here. So we're just going to kind of go around the table here. And each of you, just give us like kind of whatever you want to tell us about your character, but specifically kind of hit the points of why are you in Prismere? You've all lost something, so tell us a little bit about what that thing is. And maybe tell us a little bit about where you're at as you're waking up today, this day after this excursion that you took to Loomlurch to rescue these lost children. So I think we will start things off. Let's start things off with Chris. What are you playing here today?
Maple is a fairy barbarian, and I think I'll start from the end. She's gonna wait for whatever either party or celebration happens for what may or may not have been a victory yesterday. Then as everyone starts to fade off, she's just gonna pass out. Like right there. She didn't like go to a bed or anything. Like right around the fire or just out. Just as long as she's around everybody, because she really doesn't like to be alone, and she was a little freaked out by the events. But Maple is a barbarian that rages out of just emotion, not just anger, but she could get really happy and go into a uncontrollable moment. The problem is she can't really keep secrets anymore. When she lost her item, she also lost her ability to keep secrets. So she overshares, and everyone knows when she's going to lose it before she does. Some of us try to calm her down. I appreciate that. But I think I touched base on most of it. She lost her item, which is a necklace that her brother gave her just before he ran off to impulsively become a wizard at the Feylight Carnival 8 years ago. And she felt a connection to that back when they were in Heather, but now here in Tither, she doesn't feel that connection as strongly because I don't think it's in this part of Prismere. But what's funny is that's not really the most important thing anymore. The important thing yesterday was we saved some kids, we worked together, and she felt like she was connected to that, almost as strong as the connection to her item. So trying to process all that just exhausted her, and she passed out by the fire.
Awesome, thank you so much. Let's move on over to Joe.
Hi, I'm Joe. I will be playing Arlo, who is a Harengan monk. So Arlo was formerly a worker at the Witchlight Carnival, but left, and when he was gone, he left to do some shopping or something, right? And when he was gone, the carnival disappeared. When the carnival disappeared, he also lost all his possessions, but most importantly, he had this little tiny wooden coffin that held the remains of his adopted child, and when that was lost, so was Arlo's sense of direction. So he has not just, he has a hard time, north, south, east, west, and whatever, and finding his way here back to other places without like a map or something. So, yesterday in the game world, we retrieved a doll that was attached to this coffin, and it's like animated somehow. So I'm kind of confused now, trying to figure out, is this a real boy, or is it is it some sort of trick? Is the coffin fueling it? Is this like my adopted kid living? Is this, I don't know. So I'm a little confused puzzling on that, but also a little sad because I know, we went in there with the intentions of getting a couple items back. Yes, we freed some kids, but we still left vicious items there, and uh, now we'll probably have to hear the description of those items even more times than we had to in the past.
Awesome. Yeah, yeah. So you are the first to actually like recover your item, but it has come with this big asterisk attached to it. And what is that exactly? So yes, that just happened. So we haven't explored that too much yet. And thank you to the chat. Thanks, Percy, for the DM reroll. I appreciate that. And welcome, Casey. Welcome, Shwetty. Thanks everyone for hanging out with us here. Let's move over next to Jenna. Who are you playing tonight?
Hi, I'm playing Lynn Green. She is a short, tiefling-looking, but not actually tiefling-looking person. The item that she lost in particular is it was a doll made of human hair and kind of dressed in this very like specific regional style that like she can't name, but like it stands out to her like when she sees it. And unfortunately, after she lost that item, she also lost her height. So she used to be something like, I don't know, like almost 6 foot tall, and now she is about the same height as like a halfling or around there. And for how she's feeling since the last adventure, or like the last game that we had, it's kind of conflicting. Like she feels good because like they were able to kind of like get to like befriend these kids in a way, like these kids who are known to be like kind of like go away adults, whatever. Like they were able to like befriend them, help them, get a lot of like the kids out, most if not all of them, I think. But then like like for Arlo's item, like he has it, which is awesome, but there's that asterisk. And then for Vish, like there was like that like tiny chance where she could get it, but it might have been like too dangerous or pushing it. So she kind of feels bad, like she couldn't help in that way, even though things happen. So she's conflicted.
Yeah. No, you got everybody came back. Everybody except Will of the Feywild, who kind of revealed you knew that he had some magical power. You didn't really know what that meant exactly, but when you saw him kind of as a giant of a large creature, a large blue-skinned creature that sort of resembled what you would maybe understand to be like an ogre. So there's maybe a little bit more about Will that we didn't know, but nonetheless, he did kind of intervene to buy you some time to get away with the kids, and so he's the only one that didn't make it back.
Okay, and I don't know if you'll like go into this too, but was it explained like he just like we just don't know if he's back yet, or he's officially like no, he has not returned?
He has not returned as of the next day when the story will pick up. So fair to say he's probably something happened to him.
Okay.
Cool. Let's go over next to Kim. Who are you playing tonight?
Hi, my name is Kim. I'm playing Sion. She is a elven wizard. She was orphaned as a young child and also adopted at the same time by a man. She knew him only as Papa. The thing that she is looking for that's already gone out the window once is a ring that he gave to her for graduating the Magic Academy at such a young age. The other thing that was lost, which is both a boon and a bane for her, is she lost her legibility of her spells and anything she writes. Which, okay, I can read it sort of, and nobody else can, so it's kind of protected in a way, but it's still kind of unfortunate if anybody would need to know anything like that. Currently, feeling really bad about leaving Will behind. Understand that he kind of had some things under control, but he probably could have used some assistance. Also feeling horrible that Vish didn't get his tools back because we were so close, and one of them had to be the original tool. And Arlo with his coffin, I'm sure he's conflicted too on trying to figure out what he should do about that situation. So kind of weighing everything and kind of deciding how to proceed at this point. Totally exhausted right now though.
Awesome. And I just want to say thank you to Lyra Lou. Thank you for the subscription. I know we've chatted a little bit. You've been watching us on YouTube. Hopefully we haven't gone too far that we've passed your group, that you can still watch these and it's okay. So let's move over to Isaac and tell us a little bit about Vish and how is she doing here with not getting her tools.
Hi, I'm Isaac. I'm playing Vish. Vish is a Triton artificer. She originally came to the carnival 8 years ago with her. She was entrusted. She came with her grandpa. She was entrusted with his tinker tools. At the carnival, somehow she lost them, and with that, she lost her creativity. So she went from a child prodigy. She lost her way. She ended up. Her grandpa passed away soon after that trip. She ended up in a dead-end job and found herself at the carnival. So she's in search. At the time she felt that she had nothing left but those tools. Those were a part of her, and only with those tools could she feel that she would have a connection back, not only to her family but to her creativity. So that's where she is. That's where she was. Recently, however, though still not very creative. She definitely has, though the tools do carry a weight. The people and the people around her have kind of changed her a bit. She's no longer. Well, I guess maybe she still is pretty much obsessed with getting those tools back, but definitely a little less so. Maybe she would put it on the back burner slightly if someone else was in danger. And I mean, in fact, just that last episode, she saw how much danger the group was in, which is pretty rare for Vish because she likes to do everything. She's very, she does things. She thinks about them after, when she's already in the pool full of enemies and whatnot. So definitely impulsive, but she thought about it and she put the big picture first, which maybe Arlo might be a little bit happy about because that hasn't happened yet. So right now she's conflicted, confused, upset, but also proud of herself for maybe thinking of the safety of the team and herself, maybe in a way. And she's a bit worried about Will and kind of interested and scared of what's going to happen next because we have Granny Nightshade a little bit upset at us.
Yes, the key in her back is probably just like grinding. She's so angry. So thank you all for sharing a bit about your characters. So where we left our story, as we have just sort of touched on, we just concluded this major rescue mission that you all embarked on into Granny Nightshade's workshop, which is referred to as Loom Lurch, where she employs, he probably came back with some dozen, maybe a little bit more than a dozen children that work crafting toys, sewing clothes together, crafting these little trinkets and such that she manufactures there for her own purpose. You came back with a few things. Arlo is coming back with this rabbit toy that seems to be like a living doll of some sort. You asked it to give you the coffin that is around its neck, and it told you it couldn't, or at least it couldn't without ceasing to exist. That maybe is like kind of the battery, or its existence is somehow tied to that. And so you just asked it to come along with you, and it agreed. And you also came back with those children that you managed to free. Of course, Will of the Feywild, the leader of the getaway gang, he didn't quite make it back. He intervened on your behalf to kind of deal with Scabatha Nightshade, Granny Nightshade, and you all managed to escape, and you've now returned to the treant that has the treehouse in its limbs, Little Oak. So we're going to come back to that. Basically, at the end of this day, you were all extremely tired, as some of you kind of mentioned. Maple, maybe you're not even up in the treehouse. You're just like zonked out near the campfire down at the roots of the tree. Others of you might be sleeping up in the tree house. The kids themselves are all over, including Star and what are some of the other kids? There was Sloan, was the ginger-haired, kind of little sassy. There's the little dwarf boy, Bobby, and there was a female orc who didn't say too much, but her name was Zemnor. So they're all here. Everybody's here. Everyone's exhausted, and taking comfort in the protection of the limbs of Little Oak. And so your sleep this evening is kind of unpleasant. You're plagued a little bit by the guilt, maybe, of kind of leaving Will behind. Maybe for Arlo, you kind of got probably mixed emotions. You're probably not sure how to feel about this doll exactly. And all sorts of things there may be going on for you all. But while you're all probably collectively having bad dreams or just restless sleep, we're going to focus in for a little bit right here just on what is going on for Lim Green. So I'm going to paint a scene that only Lim is privy to. But you're sort of, as you're losing consciousness and dipping into your sleep, Lim, it almost feels as if like a flood of memories are kind of coming back to you. And there's one memory we're going to build up to, and that is a memory of you at the Witchlight Carnival. But not the Witchlight Carnival of 7 years ago near Waterdeep. It's going to be a memory of the Witchlight Carnival from 10 years ago, when you visited a little village on the world of Orth, a little village called Hamlet. So where the story starts is you remember going to the Witchlight Carnival along with someone that you had been calling for a significant chunk of your childhood as Auntie. The story of how you came to know her is a little bit of a foggy memory to you, but as you understand it, it had been 3 years since you became lost in the woods near your mother's home. This is sort of a memory that you had maybe when you came to the Witchlight Carnival just a few days ago, when you were hanging out with a little gnome and you kind of were fluttered off to sort of a dream sequence where you were cooped up in a little cabin. You remember that you were lost. You'd gotten real sick, and you'd been found by a very strange-looking, emaciated woman who wore a veil. And she had this really peculiar-looking gown that almost looked like built within the folds of the gown was sort of like a stage. Sort of a strange, like, illusion kind of thing happening with this woman. But she took you into this cabin and tucked you into a bed. It was very cold, very damp. You were very feverish for a number of days while this kind of skeletal-looking woman looked after you. She told you that your mother loved you very much. Your mother desperately wanted you to be safe. In fact, your mother had made a deal with her. A very impressive deal in which she would give up her place as your mother in order to save your life. You were literally on your deathbed as a little child when you ran through those woods. You caught like pneumonia or something. You're real sick. But your mother made a deal with this hag and entrusted you with her in order to save your life. You remember weeping as you heard there was a cruelty on the lips of this hag as she told you this. Like she was relishing in this tragedy that was unfolding. And as you remember the tears rushing down, the sadness in your heart, the pain of having this truth be told to you that you would never see your mother again, she tucked a little doll into your hands made of hair. She told you that that was made of your mother's hair. And that's what that doll is. It was a little bit of a token that she gave up when she made that pledge. But this woman wasn't the only person that you would see in that cabin over the next few days. There was another that came to visit you. A beautiful woman. Raven black hair. She had a bird talon tattoo under her right cheek. And in time, you would begin to call this woman Auntie, though others would refer to her as Zybilnia. She took you on lots of trips. She spent a lot of time with you and almost kind of mentored you in a way. She explained to you that you had, as a result of being Endelyn's now surrogate daughter, you were going to undergo a transformation. She tried to explain some of the changes that were going to happen to you, that you would literally begin your own transformation in time into a hag. But that would come with a spark of magic and certain gifts that would start to manifest. And so, among the places that she took you was to the Witchlight Carnival. And as all this is sort of kind of coalescing in your brain, this memory that you actually have a connection to Zybilnia, you can see kind of off in the sight. Your dream is coming into focus. You're seeing this little village on the horizon. There's a big wooden palisade that's built around it. These tiny little wooden huts and little buildings, and it starts to come into view, and you're holding the hand of Zybilnia, and she tells you that you can see the carnival is a kind of just outside that palisade. Kind of, you can see some of the carnies are kind of starting to put up the scaffolding and the tents, and they're starting to set up. And Zybilnia is looking down at you, and she's about to speak, and then you wake up. And so we're now coming to, right now, into the treehouse. And so all five of you are beginning to wake up wherever you're at. Wherever you're at, whether you're outside the tree, inside, it doesn't particularly matter. There's probably snoozing children all over you. Everyone's kind of on their own schedule a bit. Bedrolls are spread about liberally inside the treehouse. Mess of bedding and pillows lying about, baskets of apples and nuts and such that the children have collected to nourish themselves on, berries and things like that. Inside the treehouse, those of you that are up there, there's a shadow that's currently being cast by a wooden horse's head. That is certainly somewhat startling to some of you as the sun rises and kind of casts this long shadow across the floor. And you remember the day prior, and that Will of the Feywild is still there in Loomlurch, probably. Hasn't made it back yet. It's just the five of you starting to come to. Some of the children are starting to wake up as well. So I think I'll leave it there. The other things I guess I'll describe. Arlo, as you're waking up, and you're maybe looking over at that shadow being cast by that horse's head, you notice that when you first came into the treehouse, there was cloth and such that was draped over that horse head, and it's all been taken down, and you can see the little toy bunny with the coffin around its neck is on the ground kind of stitching, and it looks like doing some needlework on some of those same materials.
Okay. Anybody else up in the treehouse with me? Or everybody else maybe down by the fire, sleeping somewhere different?
I figured I probably would have been at the base of the tree, basically with my back up against the tree and specifically watching for Will as long as I could until I passed out. And so that's where I'll be waking up. And the first thing I'll do is eat an apple and then go look for Will.
Okay, so we got Shion. Sounds like maybe Maple's down there with Star, maybe, and some of the other kids. How about Vish and Lim?
Lim. I think normally Lim would also be looking for Will, but I think right now she'd be kind of just where she was originally laying and just kind of just trying to like deconstruct and figure out what, like, where that dream came from and like if it like that actually happened or like she feels like it happened, so she's just kind of like trying to digest everything.
So Lim's in the treehouse?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and how about Vish?
Vish would be up there with Arla.
Okay, so there's three of you up there. We'll say that Bobby the dwarf is up there as well. He's still sleeping. But the three of you are starting to wake up.
Okay, I guess maybe I'll kind of wander over a little closer to the rabbit doll and see what the stitching appears to be. If it's anything recognizable yet.
Give me could be maybe a perception check.
Sure, I can do that. Oops. There we go.
So
20.
when you go over there and you just kind of look down, it appears that what he's doing, and it's very subtle, probably to the untrained eye, but what you're seeing is he's like redoing the stitching on the covering, and it looks like he's kind of like doing it proper, like he's trying to make it so it's very flush, very even, and it looks like he's sort of recovering some shoddy workmanship, basically. And when you come over and start observing, he kind of looks up at you, and he says, "Arlo, I hope it's okay. I redid the stitching on. There's a hole in your backpack," and he points at like wherever your bag or wherever you keep your stuff. And he points. You could see that there is like a patch that he put and has like kind of sewn into one of your bags or whatever, and he says, I fixed that for you. I hope it's okay.
Yeah, that's quite all right. Oh, you're really into needlework, huh?
Oh, that's what I'm good at. That's what Granny had me doing. It's usually stitching clothes and things like that, but you know, this is kind of interesting here. This is like a horse costume or unicorn costume. This is a big toy.
Unicorn. Okay. Isn't there supposed to be a unicorn somewhere in this world?
That's right. I was here. Hi, how you doing? Good morning. Sorry, I didn't want to scare you and interrupt you, but yes. Hi. Hello. the unicorn. I was actually staring at that too. Don't you remember, Arlo, when I said that maybe we should look and maybe use that to hide to go talk to the unicorn? Do you remember that?
Actually, that kind of is ringing a bell now.
Uh huh. That was me. I did it. Yeah. I would yes. Uh huh. Are you still using it? Excuse me, sir, little bunny. What is that?
You can call me Pincushion.
Pincushion. Very nice to meet you. She's very nice sewing skills.
Oh, well. Oh, shucks.
Oh gosh. Either way, are you still using that? The fabric there?
Oh, well. Don't rush me. I'm almost done.
Christian, I'm not rushing you. Calm down. I just asking you when you're done if we could borrow it. We might need it for something.
Yeah, it's not mine. I'm just fixing it. You didn't do this, did you? You didn't sew this? This
No.
stitching is all over the place. All different sizes, and it didn't really look like a horse or unicorn at all. Honestly.
You're doing a great job there, Pink Christian.
The corner of the room. You see this little oil can jumps up on Vicious' shoulder.
That's why. Hey, there, Squid.
Fish.
Where you been?
Oh, I've just been over there watching you sleep. Mm-hmm.
That's nice. Making sure I'm safe, huh? You're a good partner.
It's also really kind of hard to sit on your shoulder while you're sleeping. I lick all my oil all over the place that you got for me, and then we'll be back at square one.
Then you'll be itching for oil again, won't you? You just a fiend for that oil, huh?
Oh, I need the oil.
That was kind of hey, and I'm gonna kind of walk into the corner and just talk like everyone's still there, but just face the corner because apparently that is what Vish would do. Hey, that was kind of spooky the way you were telling us to crush those people.
But they had oil. They weren't people. They were boggles.
Yeah, but don't do that right now. Listen to me. Can't be careful where you say those things. People might worry that you're not all there. I think you're there, but don't do that stuff. That stuff is wrong.
Fashion boggles?
Just in general, like, what if I was made of oil? Would you want to bash me?
Oh, you're not though,
The
right?
answer. What'd you say?
I said you're not, are you?
Yes. I am. I'm made of oil. You want to bash me?
No.
Don't look at me. Thank you. I'm not really made of oil. You could tell I wasn't, right? That was just testing you. I'm sorry. Friends shouldn't test each other like that.
It's okay.
I love you. You're one of my best friends. I want to keep around forever.
Yay. And he's just hopping.
All right. And she's going to turn back around and look to see him. And he was paying attention to what's going on. Oh, hi.
The rabbit's like looking up at Arlo and Lem, and he's like, what is that?
Normal. Yeah, that's normal. Just
This is, yeah, normal.
So he, rabbit, little pincushion, kind of holds up this, this fabric is like crazy big compared to pincushion, but he kind of lifts up a bit of the fabric and he kind of hoists it up into your hand, Arlo. All done. Are you proud of me?
Yes. Good job. It's very nice stitching. It actually resembles something now, and it didn't before, so that's good. Well, only kind of vaguely did before.
He just kind of puts his like hands on his hips and kind of hoists his chest out like he's kind of beaming a little bit.
Lim will give a
Okay,
little
well,
applause.
let's meet up with the others here. Okay?
So
Yeah.
flip down.
I think they're outside or downstairs.
Yeah, we can flip over kind of these past 10 minutes or so. to what's happening down at the base of the tree. Maple, you're starting to wake up. Some of the kids are starting to wake up too, and the younger ones are getting on with their day, grabbing an apple, and then immediately getting to playing tag and such.
The fairy in fifth is a small creature, and she has feathery wings instead of the usual butterfly wings. And it's her wings that wake up first. She starts to aloft a little bit before she even opens her eyes. And there's a bit of a stretch, and then she starts to float towards Shion before she completely comes to and says, "What are we doing?"
Well, I was waiting for Will to come back last night, but it doesn't look like he's here yet.
He didn't make it back?
I don't think so. I haven't
Oh.
seen him.
Oh, that won't do.
No. I definitely think we're either going to have to go look for him, or... Yep, nope, that's the option. We're going to have to go look for him.
And she reaches for her battle axe, and she starts to equip. Yep.
The others up in the treehouse, though, and I don't know if they're awake yet. We'll just let them wake up when they do. There's no point in waking them up early.
I'm sure Arlo's awake.
You can go look if you want to. I'll stay here.
Okay, she has a mission.
I got my apple.
And we'll just, for the sake of after a few minutes here, Arlo, Limgreen, Vish, you all collect together and come down out of the treehouse.
They're on their way.
Morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Hello.
Shion's with me. Will didn't make it back.
Oh,
Yeah, Will never came back last night. I watched for him as long as I could until I passed out.
I'm gonna kind of, not that anyone could probably see it, because my hair is crazy, or Lim's hair is crazy. She'd kind of give a side eye towards like Vish and kind of, oh, do you think we should go back and see if we can help him?
I kind of think we do.
That we have to be careful though. Did you see the look in Granny's eyes? She was really upset. Like she looked like she wanted to hurt us more than like spanking. More like yeah, like Arlo did that thing.
She wanted to twist our necks like she twists the key in her back. She looked mad.
As you're talking about all of this, you could see that Star, the kitten displacer beast, is playing with a number of the kids off in the distance. But some of the older children seem like they are congregating a bit. You see Sloane, the ginger-haired girl. She seems to be kind of snapping her fingers about and kind of calling some of the other older kids over to her, and they're kind of huddling up.
Lim, I think you should go get a grab on that.
Yep. Head right over. How are the so most of the kids were already here, but we saved like 12. Do I see any of them? How are they doing this morning?
They're all out. Many of them maybe are actually over by Star, and maybe it almost seems like Star's role right now is to kind of de-escalate them or keep them calm, get them kind of acclimated to Little Oak. Not many of them have never been to Little Oak yet. They'd always been in captivity, and so just sort of welcoming them. But yeah, there's
them.
What's that?
She's momming them.
She's momming them, maybe a little bit, yeah. Or at least big sistering them. But yeah, there's a full accounting of like everybody that came with you is here. All the kids that you rescued, the Drow boy and all the others. Huzzah! And thank you so much for the follow. Thanks for the follow. Should be studying. That's okay.
That's a good name, huh?
That is good. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for hanging out. So I heard a suggestion that Lim go and see what the kids are up to. Is that something that Lim? What are you up to?
Yeah, for some reason I didn't hear the Lim part, but yeah, she would do that.
I think it had been established that you were sort of the child whisperer a bit, so I think you've
Okay,
been
yeah.
nominated to go over there. So, yeah, if you head over there, anything that anybody else is doing while that happens?
I'm gonna look in the general vicinity for Will.
Okay,
And also kind of keep an eye on the kids and make sure that they're okay.
okay,
Make sure nobody comes to snatch them or anything.
sounds good. And you can clearly see the face in the side of the giant oak is awake. Its eyes are open, and it also seems to be keenly aware of the surroundings and acting sort of as guardian a bit. So Lim, you go over, and the huddle up consists of Sloane, the human girl, Zenmore, the orc girl of about maybe 10 or 11 years old, and then Bobby, the dwarf who's he's got a little peach fuzz growing, like his beard hasn't quite come in yet, but he's getting there. So it's the three of them, and maybe there's two others that you haven't been introduced to yet, and it's like the five of them. And then as soon as you walk up, Sloane just sort of like gestures, almost like it was her idea for you to come to the huddle. She's like, hurry up, let's get together here. We need.
All right, she pretends like it totally is her idea and just kind of hurries.
Okay, so with Will's not here, I nominate myself to be in charge. All in favor? And she like kind of elbows Bobby, who raises his hand, and then there's just everyone just kind of begrudgingly votes to elect Sloane to be the leader, and she says, "Okay." So we need to concoct a plan to get Will out of there. But with everything that happened yesterday, Granny is going to be on high alert, and it's going to be even harder than it already was to get in.
I agree. And our group was thinking along the same lines of we would like to help get Will back or ensure he's safe in some way. But yeah, it's like you said, high alert.
Well, she just snaps her fingers. Ideas, anybody? Come on, I can't do all the work.
Left already.
A true leader, delegating.
Would you mind if I brought my group over to see if they got ideas as well?
If they're cool, I guess they can come over.
They're cool.
Okay.
They're cool.
If you're vouching for them, then yeah, I guess they could come over.
All right. I just need to double check. Okay, here.
And then she's gonna scuttle over to kind of give everyone the lowdown, and then bring them over to see what they can come up with. Because right now, Lim is like, she has no idea. She's thinking it's gonna be really hard to do anything soon.
So you go over, and everyone kind of goes over to the huddle then?
Yeah,
Sure.
as long as we're
Okay.
invited, sure.
Yep, you're invited. And
Maple was just outside of the huddle because she wasn't invited, but the whole time like inching forward and then backing up. So the second she thinks she's invited, she just swarms right over.
so you all come over to the huddle right as Bobby is explaining his idea, and he's just like, well, it's well established, like Granny really likes candy, so what if we made like a big candy, but we were all inside the candy, and then she brings the candy to Loomlurch, and we just pop out. Element of surprise.
Yeah.
And Sloane's like, that's so stupid, Bobby. This is why you're not the boss.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And he's just like,
I mean,
Lim would give him a pat on the back.
That's a really bad idea, but you at least you're coming up with something there, kid. Good job.
You're thinking. That's what matters.
maybe we don't have any good ideas. Maybe we need to like get a consultant or something. We could talk to the unicorn. Like, we never tried the unicorn thing. That was my
Just the
idea
unicorn
originally
thing?
anyway, and Will said it was a stupid idea.
Wait, you like that idea? The one about the unicorn?
Yeah.
Why did
Because he
I
said,
like that idea.
yeah, it's a good idea, right?
Uh-huh.
It would work. All I'm saying.
so what was your idea? Like, what was your idea?
Well,
And then why did Will say no?
so nobody can get to the unicorn without getting to the lake. The lake will only let you through if you're a unicorn. But and then Bobby
That's
is just
what I
like,
did
this
wrong."
is very similar to my candy idea. It's not the same at all, Bobby. So my thought was, you just make yourself look like a unicorn, and then you can just walk in there.
Fish. Fish.
Yeah,
It's like your cue, right?
just what did huh?
They want us to make ourselves look like unicorns. That's your like plan.
That's what
Isn't
I
it?
know. I think she turned
Right,
me.
yeah, so
Just
tell them,
weird.
chime in.
That's all I was saying. Listen,
Yeah, so how
this
are we
is a
gonna do
great
it?
idea. That's a wonderful idea. I was so excited about that idea too. I think having a unicorn fooling all the magic, that could work. It doesn't sound anything like candy. A
You're my
candy
new number 2.
too. That's good. Nah? Oh, okay. Sure. Why?
Bobby's like, oh, what about me?
Bobby, you're really cool though. No, Bobby's cool. Bobby, listen.
Out of the way, Bobby. Now that you're
Bobby-
nothing anymore.
Bobby, listen, Bobby. Bobby, hello. Don't look at me like that. I'm not trying to be mean to you. I'm sure you have good. How would we do it though? You seem very intelligent. We're able to get this unicorn there. What way have you seen unicorns ever walk there, Bobby? Can you tell us which ways to go? How to walk like a unicorn?
And Bobby's just like looking around and he gets on all fours. He's like, they walk like this. Sloane's like, get up. Bobby, you're embarrassing me.
Thank you, number 3. You're doing great. Let's watch him go.
He's like this.
That's it, right? The unicorn.
This kid does have potential.
That's
Well, since we have the basic lay of the factory and kind of know how it is now, why don't we try to go in the door that we escaped from rather than go through the front door?
That's true. And
We know where that goes. It goes into the kitchen. That's a good place to start.
Yeah, and I think we saw some other potential ways in too. And I think that's probably
Oh yeah.
if we are trying to get in there, if that's the way we want to go first, then yeah, that door. But there was some other ones along the backside of it as well. I'm not altogether opposed to this unicorn idea. I'm just not sure how we implement the plan to actually meet the unicorn.
How
No.
did it? Were you listening? We did the whole plan right now, there, Arlo. We had to. Arlo, listen. You
Yeah,
have to
but like
listen.
you
We're
said,
gonna be a unicorn. We're gonna dress up as a unicorn. Bobby
Okay.
got it down. We're gonna act like one. We're gonna go there, full the magic, and we're gonna talk to
where
unicorn.
is there?
They're over there by
Could you show us the illustration again? Maybe Audible missed it. Just one more time.
It's the magic lake that we can't get to that we got turned around 22 times.
Okay, so it's in that area where we can see
Yep.
it, but we can't get to it. And
Correct.
okay, but you said when you said dress up as a unicorn
Yes.
fish, you meant what with like
With the thing that we were upstairs,
that
where
thing
your
okay.
the pincushion, your friend, the little friend, your
Yes.
pincushion.
Okay,
He was
I
really
mean,
proud of that. Did you know he was? You should say that you're proud of him more. It seemed like he really liked that when you said he was
I
proud
can't
of.
really say it more. We literally just met.
But it's
I
nice though.
think
He
the
likes
time
it.
is of the essence. to get back to Will. I don't
Yeah,
think we have days. I don't think we have weeks. I think we have hours.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, if you think, yeah, I just think it could be very dangerous to just try to go back to Loomlurch or to the Granny Nightshades, but I don't know. I think, uh, let's hear more of the plan then.
Zenor, the
That.
half orc, chimes in. She says, "Well, maybe, maybe, maybe you just have to believe really hard that you are a unicorn, and then you can get through."
Why does that make sense?
That is really good thinking.
Not a bit.
These
Not a
kids are
bad idea.
smart. I'm telling you.
You know?
Real good drugs in this land.
What was that?
Nothing.
Like- I mean there's like people who use belief to like supply their magics and stuff, so like I don't see why that couldn't work. If it is the answer. I don't know if it's the answer, but I could see it being an option.
While you're all talking, you can see Sloane, like, she's got like a drawing pad that she like kind of whips out, and she's got a little pencil, and she's like kind of like drawing up this like loom lurch, and she's like creating X's and O's, and she's doing the math, and she's like, I just don't know if we've got like enough people to do a second loom lurch raid. Like, if you guys want to try it, by all means, but we don't have Will this time.
Maple will float over to Arlo, and Arlo, I'm really surprised you want to do the inside the candy raid the loom lurch thing. I don't understand why you want to do that. And she pulls those back.
Why? Well, we need to find Will and we need to find Vicious Tools. I mean, I know. Oh, why I don't want to do the candy thing?
Oh, no, why you said you did want to do the inside the candy raid? That doesn't make sense. I thought you'd be on the unicorn thing. Just continue. No, okay.
I mean, I like the unicorn thing, but I think there's merit to the fact that we need to get Will back sooner rather than later, like Shion pointed out. But I don't, I don't.
How
I
are we
guess
going to make a big candy to hide in? That doesn't. I don't know how we're going to.
I don't think the candy to hide in thing was what we were gonna go with the.
Oh, I thought you were
Loomlurch
going to
thing.
go in the candy and raid Loomlurch. Okay.
No, that was
That's the same-
Doobie's idea.
But you said we were going to. And it just goes on for like 30 seconds.
Bobby.
He's all so sad. Aw.
Hold on, I got another idea. What if we all have individually candy, and we're all candy salesmen? And we
I think since we led with that the last time, I don't know how successful
you used my
it'll
candy
be.
plan, and you didn't even tell me.
Oh, I'll pat Bulby on the back because he's really into this candy idea.
He's just crushed.
She got a point. We're down our big gun. We're down Will, and that might not work. You're not wrong.
Also, was it goblins, or there was like a group of individuals there who were the ones who were making the candy.
So there's these people there that, or these goblins, they were the ones who are making the candy. It sounds like the hag isn't necessarily involved with the candy. So I don't know. Her deal seems to be toys.
So with her workforce missing, how would she react? Would things operate differently? Would there maybe be a vulnerable place due to the lack of children being there? Maybe we could find a weakness based on, what we've created a shortage of workers, right? I think.
Well, maybe we had to enter here. Maybe we should just. It's Jumio. Hello.
Do we know why she was making the toys? Like, I know that's like her thing, but like, why
why create a workforce to make so many toys? Like, what's the use for them? And then
That
I'm gonna like look to
is
them.
a very good question, and I, of course, know the answer. So
Okay.
the reason she makes these toys, they're hideous. I mean, and like at this moment, like the little rabbit doll is like coming to the circle, and she's like,
Oh,
case in point, look at that thing. It is creepy as F. And that's the type of nightmare fuel that really empowers the hags. I mean, they love and feed on nightmares. And so that's what she does with the toys. And the little
She
rabbit
invokes
is just at your feet,
nightmares?
Arlo, and he's just like, what are we talking about?
oh.
We're talking about
Yep.
should we go get the unicorn thing? Can you go get the unicorn thing?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
The unicorn thing.
sure thing. And
Thank you.
he walks away.
All right, Ixnay on the ugly oyster.
Okay, A.
Whatever.
Don't whatever me.
The dad energy is coming out. Don't you whatever me.
Wow.
So okay. I guess. Do we have? I don't know. Have enough information to make a plan to invade, or do we need more information? Do we need spies? Do we need to go that way and spy on it a little bit,
Well,
or have
I
we
would-
decided? Do
what
we still
that's
have
what I
people?
was. That's what I was gonna actually say. I was gonna ask. Okay, all the kids, clap once if you can hear my voice.
No clap.
Oh, it worked. Oh, they killed me. How many? What will happen? Raise your hands, please. What would happen if you were being punished by Granny? What would she do to you?
She would
Raise your hand. Yes, you, the one that raised your hand.
Mr. Fish, sir. The little human girl.
Yes.
Sometimes, if we were real bad, she would lock us up in a cell beneath the kitchen and feed us scraps.
Oh.
So that's not so bad.
We did find two people in that hutch.
Yes, you found the halfling, right? The painted-faced halfling who wanted to propose.
Yeah,
So he's
that's what
hanging
it
out
was.
somewhere.
Yeah, okay. I was like, it was someone we.
He's like roasting a marshmallow over by the fire currently.
Just like there.
And I think there was another kid that was there.
Yeah.
Hey, Sith Lord Dave just redeemed by the DM a reroll and by everyone a reroll. So
Oh, good.
Thank you.
thank you.
Yay.
That is a good question. How is that sick kid that we brought back? How is he doing?
Ooh, yeah.
He's doing better. Sloan would have given him a little something to counteract the poison. He had kind of been tricked into eating something bad.
That's right.
I think is what it was. So
The-
he's doing better now.
That's right. It was the girl who was in the kitchen below the kitchen. She was the one who fed him the thing, and then that's
She was being punished. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Now, Tion, and if I would maybe, if I could I like try to take I'm gesturing to Shion to take you aside for a second from the kids.
Yeah, I'll go away with you. I'll move away.
You know, I think that's a really good idea, but about going to do I agree, we have to definitely help Will, but you saw what was back there. I don't think we're any match for them.
Well, my thought is that if we can free Will, then he can certainly help us out one more time, so that he also can get out. I know that we can't leave him behind because he's the one who started the entire thing to take care of all these children. They need him as a leader. It's obvious with everything that we've heard today that he is the brains of the operation.
It's true.
And I
Good.
definitely think that time is of the essence and that we need to get back soon.
Okay. I think so. Yet. But okay. She keeps on. You just see her as she's talking. She's just staring at that unicorn costume.
Yeah, the bunny's like dragging it across the field at this point.
Okay. Okay. You make good points. Thanks for talking with me.
Yeah, of course.
Dude, should
Okay.
go back to the group.
So have we decided back to the Granny Nightshade's place, but we bring the unicorn costume with us just in case we change our mind mid-flow?
I think at this point, Sloane, if you're not going to do it, she's going to embark on it herself, probably.
Just gonna go unicorn-ing?
Yeah, because she's like all like, you guys want to go back and do that thing? That's like awesome, and I'm like behind you 100%. But you know, we all are gonna still be here after that happens, and so I just need to like have like a contingency plan, and so
Maybe we should go see the unicorn. That way it gives time for the heat to cool down at Granny's place. And then like Shion, Vish and I, we have access to some magics that might help us with the unicorn thing. So maybe if there's anything you want us to like ask about it, but like I think maybe we all should go to the unicorn thing. Whoa, that's a lot of gifted subs.
Wow.
thank you so much, Sith Lord Dave. Thanks for the gifted subs.
Who's gonna be the back half of the unicorn?
Yes, someone in the audience here pointed something out. Laura O'Master knows the module, and he knows the unicorn can fit 2 people.
Ooh. It'd be really funny if it was like, if it was me and Maple because we're like extra short, but then she keeps fluttering, so like the front half just keeps going like, yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't sure where her wings went with that. We'll figure it out.
I'm not going in either end of the unicorn.
I could think
No,
of a
me neither.
cool place
How
to
many
go.
people fit into the candy bowl? Later, we'll look that up.
Now I'm
Well, the only-
thinking.
I did
No.
think that having a unicorn really would help. I think that they're pretty good, right? I never met one, but the stories I heard, they're pretty strong. Maybe, I don't know.
Well,
Like-
and not only that, but like wise and would probably be able to tell us how do we defeat Granny Nightshade. We need some kind of like edge, secret knowledge, something.
Wasn't Granny mounted on a unicorn?
This is on Rocking Horse.
Yeah, rocking.
Yeah, but it was like, I don't even remember who saw it specifically or if it was shared, but what I remember when I heard it was a rocking horse, but there was like a circle where a horn could go or
Yes.
was.
Correct.
Okay.
This unicorn had a friend that Granny did something to, right?
Yes, correct.
Yes.
Okay, so
oh yeah, there's
unicorn.
the creepy.
Once if we can get to the unicorn, getting her on board shouldn't be a problem.
Here is an image of said rocking horse.
Missing a horn. Wow, that is cool.
Yeah. So, yeah. Okay. Well, don't know. Seems like we have differing opinions on a route to follow, so perhaps we vote on it. Does anybody have closing arguments for their, humors, cases?
I guess my thoughts are, Will, when we went in first, was kind of our our smoking arrow, but and like we're pretty. I feel like we're pretty good. Like all of us are pretty good, but I feel like we just I would feel better, especially after she knows we tried this once, and she'll might be prepared for us again and double down on potential like weak points at Loom Lurch. I feel like she's going to be preparing. We need to be prepared too. We need to adapt. So maybe that's why I'm thinking we go to the unicorn first. Like I do want to help Will, but I feel like doing so too quickly might not be the smartest option.
Hey, I'm gonna play devil's advocate on that then. Because
Go for it.
what if we go ahead and go back and she's not expecting us to do that right away? What if she is expecting us to do something else before we would come back and get well? The more time that we give her, the more she can prepare. Apparently, she doesn't have a lot of time.
And then I'll double advocate the devil advocate. She floats up like an angel on her shoulder. Like, I think that the whole get to Will, if that's contingent on whether or not Will is good. Like if he's not rested up and nowhere near ready of fighting, instead of him helping us fight out, we're carrying him out. I don't think that one works. However, putting on a costume of a unicorn, protecting your unicorn, and heading towards the lake, that sounds like a fun time.
I
Right.
do say something for about this stuff.
Yes, Fish, go ahead.
I think that wearing a unicorn costume also sounds fun. Thank you.
All right. So, there are two paths ahead. All in favor of unicorn costuming, say aye.
I
I'm Fish. Me.
Okay. So, Maple, was that an aye or
You
can't? You can't.
Can
not...
we do secret ballots? And she moves away from Sloan just a little bit.
Okay. Sloan, can we borrow some paper?
Rips out a piece of paper. Gives it
Okay.
to you.
In the same handwriting of the list,
that's
you
not
see
fair,
the
though,
letter
because
I.
we would know which one she owns is because
You don't have to
we
explain
would
that
be
to
able
Maple.
read
It's
it.
fine. You don't have to explain that to Maple. She's fine. She writes the letter I on a piece of paper in the same handwriting as the list and hands it to you. We're good.
Yeah, that checks out.
She's the only one that does it.
Okay, well, it sounds like we have a majority of three that want at least three that want to go unicorning.
Sounds good.
Is
That
that
does not sound good. That's sort of dirty. Sorry.
Party, split the party.
I am a vehement no for splitting the party at this juncture.
No.
definitely not.
Nays have it. No. So if no one wants to volunteer to go in the costume, I'm just gonna delegate.
I'll go in the costume. It'll be very short.
I
Unicorn.
thought there was
but...
a line.
Sloan is off in the at the side, like just admiring Arlo's decision making, appointing. She's like,
Admiring.
It's like the same thing with the kids, but with us. Just talk.
So raise your hand if you want to be in the unicorn. Or do we need to put this to a private vote as well?
Are we
people?
really
No, I'm
gonna
dead.
do
I don't want
this?
to be in the unicorn. We
We're
don't need to
really
private that.
just gonna leave Will behind.
We're not leaving it
I
behind.
think
We will
we're
be
going
back.
to get the unicorn so that we can rescue Will. I think is the idea here.
Ally.
I think that time is of the essence and we need to get there sooner than later. I'm not about going to talk to a unicorn right now when we can go now.
Right, but so that's what we already had the points argued, and unless we are literally going to split the party, that's what the party agreed they wanted to do.
if
I
it
think
helps
the
with your
unicorn will be
decision
helpful.
making, I have subtly hinted that you're entering a TPK if you go back to the Loom Lurch.
Oh yeah, for sure. All by myself, yeah.
No, I mean even
With everybody, yeah.
you were able to get in and deal with Loom Lurch because of Will's distraction. Without it, you'll be dealing with many. We'll be rolling an initiative that would probably last several sessions, I would say.
Oh my.
So if that helps to lay out, and I'm okay if that's like what the group really wanted to do, but I'll just intervene here because I don't know. Shion, what would it take for your character to go along with the rest of the group?
Basically the assurance that right after we will go ahead and do whatever we need to do to get Will back. He can't be gone for days or weeks. He needs to come back soon.
Yeah. And I think, obviously that is the goal. That's what Sloan is advocating for. And that is why she wants to enlist the help of the unit.
Sure.
To get the help that they need to actually be able to get him out. You all go there now. You'll all be locked up right along with Will. And then we're at a standstill. Someone has to come rescue you then. So.
Very well. We'll go along and see if the unicorn can have some kind of wonderful magic, or it can let us know how we can get Will back.
All right. Who's in the front of the unicorn? I thought you said there'd be a line of people trying to get in the unicorn,
I
Maple.
thought-
and
I mean,
nobody's
I'll do it.
volunteering.
I'll do
I'll
it.
volunteer.
Don't do it. No, we'll both do it. We can both be.
Okay,
You fit.
you
Yeah.
you be the front because you're taller and like to be for like the face, and then I'll be the back.
Okay.
Got it. All right.
What else?
Pin cushion. Bring forth Gun unicorn costume.
And he's got it. He's prepared it. He's grabbed it from the treehouse, and
All right. I have no idea where we're going, so someone lead the
Neither
way,
do we.
please.
I know the direction of the lake, but I didn't get there because I didn't believe I was a unicorn. Apparently, that was the thing I missed.
yeah.
Oh,
So, anything else you want to do at Little Oak before you head out?
Practice being a
I feel so
unicorn?
prepared. I see no.
So are the kids staying here? Are the kids coming with?
Oh yeah.
The kids will stay here unless you know.
Sloan, can you look after Pincushion for us without making fun of Pincushion's appearance?
That's the same as making foot.
Zemnor raises her hand, the half orc. She says, I kind of like him. I think he's cute.
I didn't say that. Okay. Keep your hands to yourself.
I
Could be
won't
my
make
son,
fun
we
of him.
don't know.
Okay.
Probably
Kid-
sew some things for you. He really likes that.
Okay. I think I've got some socks. I probably could use some tightening
Just
up.
some darning. Yeah.
Yep.
Socks always need some darning. So
I think I'll ask really anybody from like the kid group. Is there any questions relating to getting like Will, like relating to Will, or like anything that might help us gain that you know of? Because you guys, I think, have been here longer? Question mark. Any ways to like gain favor with the unicorn if we do meet them? Any stories you've heard? Anything?
Sloan says, well, I mean, just the unicorn has an idea of like a weakness maybe of Granny Nightshade, or like, I don't know, maybe some plan that we could come up with that doesn't involve us fighting like a million tin soldiers and a hag? I mean, information, I guess.
Gotcha. Okay. That's what I was saying. I like the avoid conflict one. Or the not fighting one.
Okay,
I don't know.
we're just kids, you know, like at best,
Wow.
maybe I've got like a stick or something.
Sometimes
I don't know, sword
kids
or
hear,
anything. I don't have
kids hear
magic.
things. Kids hear things. Like, you never know what they pick up. Okay, I think. Okay, yeah, let's pony up.
Sounds good. So it is.
I would be,
Go ahead.
I would be a little more comfortable if I saw that unicorn illustration one more time. She's just joking. She just wants to see the kid crawl. Like, never mind.
The costume that you have now after Pincushion's intervention looks. I mean, it still doesn't look like a unicorn, but it looks a lot more. I guess more like professional costume you'd buy from the store versus something someone's aunt who like had one home ec class put together. So it looks a lot nicer, but you know, it's still a cloth costume. But so you've got that, and you start to sounds like head out. And as it sometimes is with Prismere, you have an intention of where you want to go. And so it shall be that eventually, during the day, you will find your way there. And barring any... If I had like a wandering encounter or something from the chat, I would put it in here, but I'm not going to roll a wandering encounter or anything. So you start to make your way, and eventually maybe the forest, these lush greens of the leaves on the trees, slight breeze on the air, kind of a sweet smell, starts to come back a bit. You know, the further away from Loomlurch you get. As you had approached Loomlurch, things started to get kind of icky and rotten a bit. But now that you're putting your some distance away from you and Granny Nightshade, you're starting to see the lush colors again. And it's starting to feel kind of like that familiar territory where you were attempting to get to the lake earlier. So we've got Vish is the head of the unicorn, and Lim, you're the caboose.
Yes.
So the two of you are in costume at this point.
Yes.
Killing
And
it.
what are the rest of you? What describe to me a little bit, maybe kind of like how you're walking or what your formation is.
Maple will walk alongside the unicorn and talk to my friend the unicorn, who is obviously a unicorn, and we're going to go to the lake together.
I'm gonna stand kind of at the back, like behind everything, shaking my head in disbelief that we're trying this.
Well, I think I'm a unicorn. That's why, partner. And I'm here. I'm with mighty thirsty there, partner. Give me
Yes, I know that you're a unicorn, and so does everyone else. Let's go to the lake.
I'll
I
take the
sure
back
am.
with Arlo.
I still am parched, partner. Point the way to the lake.
While Vish is voicing this unicorn, and I'm like, I'll be like, prancing. I'll be doing like a little bit of like a little prance, and then I'll be using prestidigitation to try to like make like little sparkles.
You can
Magic.
just see like the back end of the horse just like all up in different directions.
Just fishtailing.
The front end's just
Looks like you got
Sneaking with
excited.
the-
Your rear isn't lined up quite right.
well, the front end is
Oh,
all talking all western like.
That's right, partner.
I don't know where the lake is.
So when you came through this area the first time, a number of you, I don't remember exactly how it happened, but you made some marks on some of the trees, I believe, to try
with chalk.
to, you know, figure you. That's how you kind of deduce, yeah, we're going in circles. And so Arlo, you notice those, again. And just in general, you have like you feel different today. You don't feel lost like you did for the past number of years. Like your sense of direction is like kind of come back a bit. And you feel like you're headed in the right direction of like the lake.
I think we're going the right way.
Wait, what?
Holy nation, partner, what you say? You guys speak up here. I'm a mighty, hungry, thirsty horse. Can't hear from all the way up here.
Unicorn.
Unicorn, damn it. Just shoot. Unicorn, I said.
Yes, unicorn.
Have we passed my check on rocks yet?
Yeah, you'll pass those as well.
Awesome.
So you're definitely in the vicinity. Up ahead, maybe like, I don't know, 60, 70, 80 feet ahead of you, you start to see kind of like a fog or a mist kind of clinging to beneath the boughs of the trees and kind of obscures the way forward.
All right. Well, if definitely this is the kind of where we were approaching before. So you two, mentally prepare yourselves to be the unicorn.
I dare. I'm already doing it.
And trod forth your destiny.
Are you ready? There, back side of my bum.
And I make glitters sparkle.
Just sparks. Big fart of glitter and sparks.
I can't talk. This is how I talk.
Here we go again, everybody. All my friends, come with me to the lake.
To the lake.
Partners,
With the
carry
unicorn.
forth hold.
All right.
Make sure to stay at least a good portion back, just because I don't want to be like with them and screw up them getting through. Like, if they're the unicorn, and then so I will wait like a good 50 to 60 feet behind them.
Okay.
I think if anyone's gonna be screwing up, it's not you.
Just want to say,
All of that was a great
Joe
idea
Micah
that
in the
Maple did
chat
not
here,
get.
thanks so much for stopping by. You gotta go, gotta run. Thanks for the laughs, tons of fun. Thanks for hanging out with us here tonight. So Arlo, you're like 60 feet behind the the fireworks, so to speak.
Yes.
And then Shion, are you back with Arlo, or are you by the unicorn?
No, I am hanging out back with Arlo.
Okay, you're back with Arlo. Okay.
And yeah, but as we travel, I do check back a couple of times behind me just to make sure nothing's following us and nothing's coming, that kind of thing.
Sure, give me a perception check.
Alrighty.
Don't see anything out of the normal sounds of the forest, birds chirping and those kinds of things, all normal.
Perfect. I'm feeling a little more at ease now too, just because of the fresh air and the smell and the wild and yeah. Not quite as grumbly.
So yeah, you're elf right here at home, maybe in the nature. This is this classic forest kind of biome here.
Yep.
And then Maple, you're right up front with you're close by with the unicorn. Yeah.
Yes, Maple feels it's her responsibility to try to sell it, and she thinks she's doing a great job. But if Arlo or Shion give her a hint to back off, she will.
Okay.
If you guys let her go, she goes.
So you progress and you make your way towards the fog, the mist. Vish, Maple, and Lim Green. As you're moving forward, you feel or sense that the wall of mist kind of pushes back. That is your sensation. When Arlo and Shion, you're walking forward, you just see them disappear into the fog or the mist. You lose sight of them.
Try to follow, I guess.
Vish,
We're not
Lim,
even
and
unicorn.
Maple, you You see after maybe like, I don't know, a couple minutes or so of progressing forward, you start to see the shoreline of like a small lake. And you can see this very like kind of beautiful, pristine, like the on the other side of the lake, just that kind of alpine, like the tops of trees and kind of maybe even further back mountainous terrain, sun beaming down and kind of creating this like really cool like light effect that just like scatters across the flat sheen of the lake. And in the middle of the lake, you see that there's sort of a little island, I guess, very small, little, just like a little rocky jut up, maybe like 30 feet in diameter. Kind of rocky, mossy terrain there. Yeah, so that's what you see.
These are the best unicorn ever.
Well, there's a partner. Listen here, I don't know who's listening, but I'm a unicorn, and I'm by my friend Maple. And my other friends, I don't know if they believe in us, but they're further back. I think they're gonna come up the rear. Anyway,
What? Can we see them as we look back?
You can see them, but they're just, to you, from your perspective, they're just like walking like in place. Like it looks kind of goofy.
Like computer or like video game.
They hit the
NPC.
invisible wall on the zone. Yep.
Oh no.
But Shion and Arlo, from your perspective, you are walking forward. You're just that mist wall keeps backing up, but you don't ever seem to like get through it.
And do we like is there a lot of distance between us and the landmarks that we were familiar with, or do we sort of just keep kind of going back past the rock formations and tree marks and whatever?
You don't see those markings right now. Do you want to double back and see if you can find them?
What do you think? Should we keep trying to forge ahead, or I can't see anything forward? Should we just kind of maybe...
My chalk rocks were specifically to get us here, and if we can't go any further, then there's something about what they're doing, and I think we're just gonna have to wait for them on this side.
Okay, let's go back to the rocks.
So I see my fabled friend unicorn Ishim, but do I see the other unicorn as I look around?
You don't see any other unicorn.
That's not what we want.
Looking back, though, you can see Arlo and Shion, like, looks like they're, like, maybe walking back. Now they are moving.
hold on. I mean, hold on, partners. Partners, I said there, partners. Well, come on, lasso you up there. If you don't come back this way, where are they going?
So you can hear the voices, Shion and Arlo. You can hear them talking. Or it sounds like he's calling out to you, so you can hear them.
I look towards the lake, but I put my hand back. Can I reach them?
They were like following like 60 feet behind you.
Oh, I'd have
so
to.
They're quite a bit distance between you and them.
Well, Ishim, do you want me to go get them?
I don't say anything. I'm a butt.
Oh yeah, I guess I made them now. That's right there. I'm a fable unicorn. That's real, friend. We used to have corned beef every Sunday. Remember that? Either way, yeah. Maybe we'll go. We took this should be leaving. Where are they going? Go, we need to get them. They can't go out. We need them all together, please. I think we could go too. We'll go to. Well, let's just go. Maybe shout. We'll shout at them.
Why don't you just go?
Can you hear us?
Just leave us. Go without us, please.
We're stuck here in the upside.
Do we hear any of that?
You guys can hear each other. You just
Okay.
What you doing? You hear? You hear it, there, partners? Where you keep on walking?
Only real unicorns and their best friends that were next to them are allowed in there. So
It
We
sounds
can't
like
get through.
It sounds like
We're
you really,
staying here.
it sounds like you're not really trying real hard. Why
I
don't you
Well,
just...
Sounds like they're not
to
thirsty.
Vish.
do you really not want us to come? I think if we just...
I sit down in the grass.
okay, we're going. We'll let you know what
Okay.
happens.
Those of you, the three of you that can see the lake, you hear a splash. And you just see like ripples on the water, like maybe like 30 feet away from you.
Oh, dude. Oh.
More glitter.
Oh, yeah. Join. Hey there. Maple,
What caused the splash?
who was that out there?
Do I see anything?
I don't see anything.
Well, I think we mosey on over there and we wash this cornbread down with some of this beautiful water.
Yes, that is a great idea.
Clappity clap, clappity clap.
I'm sorry, so what are you doing?
We're walking closer to the
Approaching
shore.
the splash
We're
area.
approaching the splash, okay. So you get over there, and by the time you walk over there, like the ripples have kind of calmed down. The water here is very clean. Very clear. And as the movement, the motion of the water kind of calms down, you're looking down, you don't see anything in the water. Nothing moving or anything, just the bottom of the lake.
It's a beautiful spot, partner. Go ahead. Refresh yourself.
Yes, I will have some. I'm going to have some water, and
Okay.
then make it look like the unicorn did too.
Sounds good. So you drink a little bit of this. Is very refreshing, very very clean, the cleanest water you ever tasted.
Goes back for seconds. Whoa.
Yeah. If you got water skin or whatever, you'd probably be tempted to fill her up here.
I'd be afraid to dump what's in it to fill it though. You don't want to offend anything.
So, as you're sitting here a little bit, you're a little confounded by what it was that just made this splashing noise. We might take a moment to kind of gaze across the lake. It's about 1,000 feet across, and there's that, like I said, that little kind of mossy, rocky protrusion that juts up out of the water. And you can see that at its center, it looks like there's like a bowl. There's like some rocks that have been kind of built up, and there's like a metal bowl sitting there.
Mason. And then...
That's
keep
like
putting
400 feet out into the water.
Well, there, partner.
I have this now. I'm going to do a message, and I'm going to whisper to Vish. Maybe we need a offering.
Offering.
Mm-hmm. And with message, it's I tell you something, and then you can respond back.
Offering?
Message, yes.
Well, why don't we, now that we're here, I always dreamed about swimming across this lake there, Maple. Will you make my dream a reality by swimming with me across this here beautiful lake?
Of course I will. And backpack comes off. Battle axe comes off. The other just a moment. Whenever you're ready.
I don't know. Here we go.
Is your costume waterproof?
I give,
No idea.
I give a tug to show that I'm ready.
Yeah.
Oh,
backpack
you're
just
taking the
moves like-
unicorn costume into the water? Is that what's happening?
Oh boy.
Here
Yes.
we go. go. Here we go.
Okay, do I have that right? The unicorn costume's going in?
Yeah, we're going
Okay,
swim across
okay.
the lake.
Sounds good. And Maple, you're swimming? You're getting in the
I was
water and swimming?
instructed to swim. I realized
So,
I could
okay.
have flown, but
Okay.
I follow my instructions.
Gotcha. Okay. So I don't know if you can call what you're doing swimming exactly with the unicorn costume, but you get in the water, you start like kind of wading through it. It's sort of bizarre looking. If there's nobody's watching, I guess, so it doesn't matter. But you make it to the other side, and this whole costume is just like sagging and just drenched. And but yeah, you get to this little, like I said, it's like maybe like 30 feet wide, kind of island in the middle of the lake there. And as you get closer and you get up out of the water, you can see that. Yes, this is an iron bowl that's sort of being supported by a number of rocks that have hoisted it up. There's a number of lumps of coal that are sitting in the bowl.
I have no idea what that means.
Oh boy, would this be a situation where some oil could come in handy?
He would be kind of he would be kind of fastened to my
The horn.
The horn. The whole time.
Just in here, there, Squirt. I don't know. We're trying to figure out what's going on here.
Maybe if I possibly try to maybe ritually cast detect magic?
Sure. So 10 minutes pass. And there is definitely magic that emanates from the bowl and the lake itself, I would say. Not really a particular school of magic, but...
Okay.
Are there any rocks or coal in the area
No.
around the lake? No, nothing. That'd be too easy.
No, there's,
You know-
there's lumps of coal in the bowl, but it's not like a naturally forming thing around here or anything, no.
Right.
You know there, partner. I feel like I deceived you a bit there, Maple.
Why would you say that?
Well, I actually was coming out here to meet a friend.
Oh. Where could your friend be?
I don't know, but it's someone that I've been wanting to meet for a very long time, partner. I really wish that my hope is that they will find us worthy enough to come out and have a chat with us good-hearted folk, a unicorn and Maple.
I'm going to send a message to Vish and be like,
Pretend to like look around. Put me closer to the bowl. I want to check it out.
That might have been more than 25 minutes, but
I got to whisk these old bones, partner. I'm going to turn mosey on around there. Sorry about that. Be careful with the bowl. you unbutton it.
little butt flap? There's a face there?
Meanwhile, I'm gonna fly away. I'm gonna go look for your friend, and I'm gonna fly to the edge. And then when I get to the edge, I'm going to scream to Shion quietly that there's a burr and then there's some coal in it, and we're not. I wonder what I should do. Like,
and
I don't think that's gonna work at all, but that's what.
while they're screaming quietly, can I do an Arcana or investigation of some
Sure.
form?
Yeah, Arcana check, sure.
Yeah. Let's see. Here we go. Oh, I like that.
So, everything that you understand about this lake is that it is warded. For, only a unicorn could get to this point. You've probably the unicorn costume isn't needed anymore. You've evaded that piece of it. But now you're here, and there's this big bowl that has clearly, like, this could be maybe a beacon to like summon the unicorn, or you know, some magic is clearly Vish's detect magic clearly can tell you that there is some activation that will happen when you light up the coals.
Okay. Instead of messaging, I'm just gonna whisper from from the mud flap, be like, "Hey, Maple." Oh wait, I don't even know if she's back. If to either Maple or Vish, then do you have a tinderbox? To Vish,
if I hear her, I go, yeah.
Okay. She'll like, yeah. If you've flown back by now, then she would have like asked you as well. If you have a tinderbox, she'll get the tinderbox and just whoop, chicka, 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 and then pull the hands back into the unicorn costume.
Sounds good. So as you're doing that, I just want to check back in on what's happening outside of the mist. So we got Shion is waiting patiently, sitting down by the in some patch of grass. Anything that Arlo is up to?
Oh, just the same as I'm just sitting there with Shion, maybe meditating or something.
Sounds good. So Lim, with the you light up a spark, and you get the coals going a bit, and a fire starts up there, heats up the coals, and then you can see, like, over by the shoreline, you can still see a kind of like mist, kind of, you know, kind of clings to the shoreline and the trees. It starts to clear a bit, and you see a single gleaming horn upon a white horse-like creature. The unicorn makes its way through the mists and moves into the lake just a bit. Kind of gets just up maybe like a foot or so, standing in the water, looking out at you, just kind of silently watching.
Oh.
Wow. Super.
After maybe a moment or two, telepathically you hear a message that you assume is originating from the unicorn. A feminine voice that says, "I sense that you have come here looking for answers to questions, but I'm afraid that probably all that I have to offer you is pain and sorrow. But nonetheless, you have managed to cross through the mists. I am here to commune with you." And the unicorn starts to walk across the lake, and it doesn't like sink into it. It just like walks across the surface of it and comes and approaches where you're all standing.
And Lim isn't sure if she should like stay or come out, but she's gonna stay for now just because she doesn't want to, I guess, ruin anything unless the unicorn specifically is like, "Hey, yo, get out of the like."
The unicorn is you're smart enough with magic. The unicorn is speaking telepathically, and you're hearing it.
Oh, okay.
She knows you're there. Yeah.
Okay. I had a feeling like,
Yeah.
but you never know. So at this point, yeah, she would come on out. And okay, so she mentioned pain and sorrow. So Lim will go, we heard a little bit about what happened. Do you want to? Would it help to have an ear to share your grief?
I'd be willing to tell you my story, such that it might help you, outsiders to Prismere, make sense of this place. I gather that you're not alone.
we have friends who we're following, but maybe I guess maybe it was a little too far behind.
She turns her head and looks in the direction that you came from the forest, and the mists just sort of part. And now Shion and Arlo, you see like the mists part, and you got a clear alley through it, the fog, that you can see the lake and your friends on the island in the middle of the lake and the unicorn standing there.
Let's go.
Oh, look, let's go try.
She's still standing there with her costume on, just dead leg in the back.
Well, I might try to get there.
So
Is she still in the unicorn costume?
as you approach, and you get through the fog, and you are now hearing the unicorn speak telepathically, just as the others do. And she says, well, first, let me introduce myself. My name is Lemorna, and this is my home, which at one time I shared with my beloved until he was taken from me. Prismere was used to be ruled by a Bay Queen by the name of Zybilna. She was sometimes vainglorious in her own way, sometimes a bit self-absorbed, but overall, life was good here in Prismere when she ruled from her seat at the palace. But her stepsisters, who I believe you are acquainted with, had other ideas for Prismere, and they usurped her power and are now holding her prisoner in the Palace of Heart's Desire. My beloved Eladon was a part of the plan, part of the magic that keeps her imprisoned. The hags, they concocted a plan which involved the use of a unicorn's horn in order to freeze time at the palace. They captured him and bewitched him and removed his horn. He now is but a toy, a possession belonging to Granny Nightshade.
Okay. So, just to make sure I got everything. Her beloved got wrapped up with the hags. The hags concocted a plan to freeze Zybilna and have since then captured the unicorn's beloved and have turned him into what I'm assuming is the rocking horse, but a toy. Okay. Lim would sniffle because she's seen it. She feels bad for the unicorn.
I take it that you have come here because you are no friend of the hags, and you wish to do some good during your time here in Prismere?
Yeah. We wanted to help Will of the Wild save the kids that have been taken by the hag and Loomlurch. And while we were able to help get the kids out, Will is now has, I guess, I don't know what happened to him, but he hasn't returned. So we want to go save him, but I don't know, everyone, we're kind of mixed, but we don't feel prepared. So I guess we're just looking for another person to help
in getting Will back. For the good that he did, we want to do good for him.
If you have made an enemy of Scabatha Nightshade is the oldest of the hags. By far the most powerful of the three.
Yeah, I don't think she likes us.
Do you have a weakness?
Sort of. How exploitable it is, I'm not sure, but she's unable to remember the first person that she sees when she wakes up. More of a quirk than a weakness, I suppose.
How does that manifest? Like, she just can't remember who they are, even if it had been a person she's known, or she just, like, would see you first thing and then later see you again and not remember she had seen you?
I think the second option that you laid out there is the way that it occurs naturally for her. But I could offer a second answer to your question of a weakness. And I would say that her relationship with her sisters, as it is with all of the hags, their relationships with one another are petty and rife with jealousy, and they're always banding up with one of the others against the third. These rivalries have been playing out for their entire lives. Zybilna, being a fourth, was an easy target for the three of them. For one moment, they were able to band together, cooperate long enough to put their stepsister out of action. Now, with her frozen at the palace, they've returned back to their bickering.
How do we shut down that spell?
Well, do we have anything from First Lady's journal that we... Because remember, we had read it a bit.
Yeah.
I read quite
we
a bit
could
of the
put-
journal, and
Yes.
the basic thing that I found out was about the sibling rivalry.
I'm wondering if there was anything in particular in there, any nuggets that we could try to take advantage of. Another question I would have for you, Unicorn, is whether you believe that partner can be saved still.
Who's that, Will?
Aladdin.
Oh, the other.
Oh, Eladon.
Eldon. She says that perhaps the magic that they use, they may yet have need of his horn. If it could be recovered, it could be the thing that would revert him back. Now, I don't know. Everyone can roll an insight check. We'll call it.
$25.
Okay, so my 20 pluses. Okay. Arlo, Maple, and Vish, there's a little light bulb that goes above each of your heads as you recall seeing a unicorn horn in the possession of those shady merchants. It was one of the first items that they had asked you if you wanted to buy.
And the shady merchants are not here, right? We know that because they are, because Shion and Maple don't feel tug of.
But not there were with
Yeah.
that one. There were. Oh, sorry. I apologize for trying to deceive you, but I am no mere unicorn. For I am
Will's
fish.
already like out.
just totally just drenched and just like, hello, and this is Squirt.
God.
I am no mere unicorn.
I mean, it's a unicorn. It's a horse face, so there's no like look of surprise or anything. But the unicorn just like nods.
You don't say.
But I remember that the horn, but it was the merchant, the traveling in the clouds, but they were with that lady, right? The lady that when we unclogged that interesting woman's pipes, that lady.
Yeah, they were robbing her. That's where my ring ended up.
When you start to describe this storm cloud balloon, you see the unicorn just kind of nods towards the lake, and this like the water starts to rise up and is like kind of starting to form almost like a sculpture that's being made and sculpted out of flowing water. And the image that you see appears to be like a mountaintop castle. I'm gonna pull up an image here and share it with you.
What?
Oh, that's cool.
And in the center of this castle, there's like a theater, a stage play kind of thing going on. Some kind of a seating for a number of guests to be watching some kind of performance. And docked on one of the towers, you see that storm cloud air balloon contraption. And she says, the merchants that you speak of are there at Motherhorn in the land of Yon. It is the realm of the third sister. Endolin.
Sorry, go ahead.
So what's her name?
Her name is Endolin.
Angelin.
Endolin Moongrave. And of course, Lim, for you, that name immediately registers as your adopted mother.
Lim might kind of give a bit of a shudder, but for right now, she's gonna keep that bit quiet. Should probably tell them later, but for right now, like, the more insightful people, probably like Arlo, would probably notice her kind of like tense up, but doesn't say anything.
So, I guess we're in a bit of a quandary then. Well, it seems as though it would be nearly impossible for us to overcome Granny Nightshade on our own. But I don't want to leave Will in the dungeons or whatever for while we try to go by this unicorn horn and beat down some storm balloon riding people.
Lamorna.
I guess I don't know what we should do next.
Lamorna chimes in as you're thinking out loud, and she says, perhaps the answer to both questions are in the same place. It is not uncommon for the sisters to visit one another, with the exception of Bavlorna, who is a shut-in. The other two frequently, infrequently visit one another unscheduled. But one thing that can often rouse Granny Nightshade to visit Endolin is a performance. particularly if there is something that either speaks to her ego or a story that will be performed by the playwrights and the actors there, something that she's keenly interested in. If there were a way for you to arrange for such a thing, you might be able to get Endelyn to extend an invitation and draw her away from Loomlurch to give you your opportunity.
Do we know any playwrights?
Not yet.
This is where we find out that Fish is an aspiring playwright that secretly has been. She's been keeping.
It's a playwright.
Sorry, Fish. I was just kidding.
You don't. Well, I mean, I could come up with something quick if you want. I don't know how good it'll be, but I could definitely try. Do you need me to do that?
It'll be.
What? Dude, that's what I said. I was honest. I know who I am.
I know who you are too, Fish.
I know
We
you
love
do.
you for it.
Hey, Vish,
Sorry.
can I be a lead actor in your play that you're going to write?
Sure. What's it about?
I'm a
What's
front
it
man.
about? Yeah, I think you got the stuff. Maybe we cast you in a position where you are looking for
Oil?
how do you know? Yeah, oil. And we go and we pretend that we are trying to find oil. And in this play, there's maybe some grumpy old lady. And I feel like this is exactly what happened. Either way, we end up getting the tool. The pretty fish lady gets her tools at the end, and everyone's happy, and everyone else gets their stuff too.
I like it.
I kind of like the idea for like if we were to propose a play, and like, oh, it's about the glorious Nightshade, and then we fit in the battle where there's like, oh no, she lost, and then she'd get pissed. That'd be funny. Not
Record
for the people
scratch.
who put on the play. Yeah. It'd be funny in theory, but not in practice.
Okay, and while I think this is a valid plan, it still worries me a bit to leave here because I just found Pincushion and and Will is still captive. But if we want Granny Nightshade to leave, we probably need a distraction. That way the kids or whoever can sneak in, get Will out, get the tools.
I think that could work. Shoot, I had
Can we
another
maybe
thought.
Can we compose an invitation and deliver it to Granny Nightshade as a deception that her sister is putting on this wonderful, magnificent show and she should go at once?
Oh yeah, like that way we don't have to be the ones to come up with stuff on the spot. Like the unicorn did say that they tend to do uninvited visits, so this wouldn't be necessarily out of character for the hags.
How do we get there?
Creepy.
Or like,
Clacker. Clap.
I can take you there. I've been there before.
No, you haven't.
I have.
You have?
Yes.
Wait, the oil can?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
You
but
know
hold
how
on.
to get there? Wait,
know
hold
how-
on. You know how? Hold on.
Hold
You
on.
know how to get there? Okay, you go hold on. I'll hold her. I'll. There you go.
Okay, but what I was gonna say is we should deliver the invitation to Granny Nightshade to get her to leave so we can rescue Will first.
Yeah.
Then she
Yeah,
won't
like-
be at her residence and she'll be on her way to Yon.
and then we could help the kids in the effort to get like Will back.
Correct.
So as you're having your conversation, something very surprising happens.
I wasn't ready for that.
Got that done.
I feel surprised.
As you see blood squirting from the neck
that's not good.
of the unicorn. Just squirt, big wounds right at its neck. And appearing on top of the unicorn is this orc.
Dude!
This little orc who looks like he could be like a dwarf with how short and stout he is. And he is just like plunged double daggers into the neck of the unicorn. He's just like, ha 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 ha! Zarek! Ruse! And before you can even like do anything, you just see like the kind of like life force of the unicorn. Its eyes kind of roll back into the back of its head, and it seems like it casts like a spell or something, because it like disappears, and then he splashes down into the water face down. There's like a bit of blood just kind of coalescing into the water, and then like he stands up and he's like, huh? I didn't know that they could do that.
Now I'm wondering,
Where'd she
like,
go?
how did we not hear this guy? We're in the middle of the lake.
I remember him.
Me too.
Do you have any idea what you just did?
I didn't get the job done.
Yes.
Do you know where she went?
Oh,
I'll cut you in.
Yes.
50-50.
literally, Dax. I wish we could help, but we can't. Sorry, don't know.
And that unicorn costume thing, that was a good idea. I had a similar idea myself. I put a little unicorn head on a stick. Didn't do it, though.
You come here. Come here. Come here.
No. You look
Shit.
pissed.
You think I'm pissed? And I just point to Maple.
Can I grapple him?
You gonna fly over and try to grapple? Sure. Make a athletics check.
I'm curious what Shon's thoughts are, because she is like staring, and I can't tell if she's like thinking or if she is angry. Like, what is going on in Shon's
I
head?
want to know who sent him.
Ooh. Has he told us? Because we ran into him
Thought
before.
We
I
have
thought
run
we-
into him before. I don't remember who he's with. Can I make an intelligence check to remember who he belongs with?
I don't think he told you too much if he did have a conversation with him.
Okay.
Okay.
I
So
thought we did see him because we knew
did
he
see
was
him.
hunting.
You saw him. I think he eluded you.
Oh, that's what it
Maple-
was. Okay.
Maple starts to like she's very earth toned, but at this point it's starting to glow a little bit. And there's a small amount of fire under her wings as she grabs him. Do I grapple him? I rolled a 20 on my athletics.
Yeah, you got him grappled. And that's
With a rage, I use Desert Aura,
whoa,
and he takes
whoa. We're gonna roll initiative
2 points of.
before you get too far in your thought there.
Okay.
You got an action, and now we're rolling initiative. Give me just a sec. I gotta reset this here.
Is everybody rolling initiative? Just Maple.
It should be everybody, just because who knows? You might want to do something.
With the rage comes the damage, but we'll
Okay
cover that.
then.
Your action was you wanted to go in there and grapple him. So
Well, when she rages, her Desert Aura goes off, and she does 2 points of damage, fire damage, in a 10-foot aura. So he may have taken that 2 point of damage
okay,
already.
I'll give you your damage, but yeah.
Yeah, it's no big. I just wanted. It's more just so you see the fire, and it's a 10-foot aura, so guys don't like. You don't need to take.
Stand back.
And then she just holds him.
All right. So first in the initiative order is Shion. You just saw Maple fly forward. A little burst of flame happens as Maple's got this guy grappled. What would you like to do? How do you
Who
react?
sent you? I need to talk to him. Who sent you?
Okay.
And
Anything?
if he doesn't answer that, I'm gonna burning hands him.
Okay, so we're in initiative, so he's got 6 seconds, and he's not gonna, in that 6 seconds, be able to have like a conversation with you.
So is that going to tell me you sent him far enough? Then I will go ahead and burning hands him.
Sounds good. So we're gonna do a little theater of the mind here. Because Maple has him grappled, I'm gonna say that you would be threatening Maple with that spell.
Oh shoot!
Because they're grappled up.
Okay. Well, how about this? Then I'm gonna go ahead and magic myself because I can direct that.
Yep.
That won't hit me. I'll do that instead.
All right, so 11 points
11
of damage. All right, so it is then Zarek's turn. And he is going to be struggling. He's just like, wow! You know, he got hit with this fire. Now he's going to hit with these missiles. And he's like, ah! I was sent by Kellic! And in case Maple doesn't remember from backstory stuff, this is your brother's name.
Yeah, Kellic's my brother.
So he is going to try to get out of your grapple.
Oh. Spicy.
So he's going to make he'll make a acrobatics check against whichever you choose, Maple, to try to evade. All right. You do have party rerolls if you want to use any of those.
Oh, I'm gonna go with my 19.
Okay. So he gets away, slips away from you. He's got a bonus action which he can use to
Dash.
Yes. So he is going to start to swim across the lake. And as he says, Kellic sends me, he's like, and we're really powerful, so think twice about what you're doing. And he's just swimming away. That'll bring us to Lim.
I was gonna do this, but now I need to double check to see if I can. I want to use Maximilian's Earthen Grasp to like stop him.
Okay.
Would I be able to do that? Like, is the water shallow enough that a hand could grab him?
Let me just take a look. I think just what I'll say here. Oh.
It's I just read more of it. You choose a 5-foot square unoccupied space on the ground. So no, I missed that part. Okay. There goes my idea. I guess for now, I mean, is everyone else kind of attacked? I guess I'll just kind of use an ice knife and hopefully that might slow him down because of the ice doesn't slow him down, but I'll still try to hit him.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, so first the ranged, see if that hits. Nope. And you know what? We have rerolls. I might as well use them. Much better. Okay, so
that
then
hits.
we do. Oh yeah, I probably should ask if it hits first. I just grabbed the damage. Okay, and then it hits and it explodes. So.
Dex save.
Yeah, I don't see him in the turn order, so yeah, just go ahead for a dex save. He needs to beat a 14.
He gets a 25.
Well, he's fine. Actually, no. Yeah, so no half damage. It's hit or miss. So he avoids the explosion.
Boom! Ow! Gah! And we'll move here to Maple.
Maple yells, "Count, I don't think!" she yelled something about think twice, and I'm gonna dive into the water and try. How deep is the water? Can you see the bottom?
At its deepest, it gets to about like 30 feet or so.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna try to dive into his square, grappling him and pushing him down further, assuming I can hold my breath longer than he can. I realize that might not work.
You're like trying to dunk him, essentially.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah.
Sounds good.
It might be a grapple.
Yeah, you could do like a strength athletics check.
Still raging. 24.
All right, yeah, you shove him down, and he's like submerged, 5 feet like under the water currently.
And that's still 2 points of damage as a bonus action. I realize you're keeping track of probably a big number, but 2.
Sounds good.
And now I'm just hoping he loses consciousness before I do.
All right, Arlo, he just got dunked under the surface of the water. You just see kind of like a splashing about happening over there.
Keep up the good work over there. Okay, next. No, I can't.
One day he can run on water.
I can't run on water yet.
Yeah. Sounds good. Then we go to the extreme. Here's Vish.
Dick! Alright, here we go! Like that, I use the streamlined oil can on top, and I just dolphin jump into the water. And I begin to move. How far away would you say they are?
At this point, he's like 30 feet out, I would say, from the island, and like 5 feet under the water.
Okay.
So you have a swim speed, so you could probably get to him.
Yep, 30 feet. No problem. I'll get there. And as an action, I will don my... Well, I probably would... I'll don my armor. All of a sudden, the little transformer basket weave just shows up. And then the final piece is the piece that covers up Squirt on top. And it's a little kind of rectangular.
Little cork for the oil can top.
On top.
Keep that oil contained.
Yeah. And I'm saying, get in here. Maybe we do. And I'm yelling at him underwater, so I don't know how well he could understand me, but I'm definitely upset. And I'm pretty close. And I guess that's the end of my turn. I'm very close to them underwater with that suit of armor on.
Sounds good. Back to the top. Shion, it is your turn.
So do I still have line of sight of him?
Mm-hmm.
And do magic missiles go through water?
Yeah, they'll go through water.
Oh, well then I'm gonna go ahead and we'll do one more set of those. Perfect. Oh, one more. Oh, nice rolls. 13.
And with that, the 3 missiles pummel his body. And one just like smacks him right in the temple. Blood starts to pour out, and he just kind of is floating there at the top. Dead.
Brained him with a magic missile?
This feels familiar.
It was very gruesome looking.
You'd see like maybe like the trees start to like get that kind of like start to kind of droop, and you see like the cloud, just like kind of cloud cover a bit.
He was meanie. He was a meanie.
Actually, I have to do something that I haven't done the first time someone got murdered.
Oh.
Hold on 1 second here. I will say, Shion, you got the killing blow. Why don't you roll me a D8 quick?
Okay, cool.
Yeah, make sure you roll the best number.
Whatever that is, huh?
Whatever that is.
wait, sorry,
Oh,
sorry,
that's really
D8.
good.
There we
It's
go.
so good it's not on the chart.
Okay. Yeah. Awesome.
Okay.
It's off the
Uh,
charts good.
Nothing happens.
Okay.
You rolled a great number.
I could re-roll.
So that's what orc brains look like. I never knew.
What the goodness? I think you're muted.
Thank you for that. When I realize he's dead and not just falling unconscious, I'm gonna pull him up out of the water, slap him to the ground, and just kind of look up at Vish and see if, like, should we... I wanted to ask him a question or two.
Who's this
Is he dead?
character that was mentioned?
Well,
What did you
apparently
say
he
you
works
were
for
working
Kelvik. He works for Kelvik.
Oh, who's
Kelvik.
that?
That
Well, Kelvik's my brother. Would I have to be a wizard? Left me a necklace. Apparently he's
What
doing
now?
well. He's got minions.
Why would your brother send a minion after you?
What?
Not after me. This Kelvik was attacked. This Varric was. I don't know his name. This orc was attacking the unicorn. I don't know why Kelvik wants a unicorn.
do know his name. He shouted it when he was like, "Zarek rules."
Oh, okay. Thank you for that.
Question. I know it's an NPC. Would we have the opportunity to see if we wanted to try to heal this? No, I didn't think
Not
so.
off a spell like that, no.
All right, cool.
Even if I had the spell
There's a
mend
hole.
blown up brain.
Yeah. I still try anyway. I get a little bit of. Oh no!
Just trying to glue the skull pieces
no,
back
it's
together.
just way mad. Oh no!
Can't fix this. Only I had my tools.
Dylan, Kelvik's alive. He's in the market for stealing unicorns, and he has minions, so he's doing well. He's just on the wrong team. And I start looking at this guy for, like, clues or looting him,
Yeah.
stuff like
I
that.
see, like in the picture, there's potions. Are there any potions?
I also noticed a few things.
That's his potion of invisibility, which he downed
Drank
and
already.
then was walking right behind you as the unicorn went through the mist. So,
Yeah, with the splash. So we have an empty flask. I can fill that with
so
some
when
water.
Shion made the perception check earlier, that's what I was seeing if she would have picked up something there.
A good call. We were being followed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Always look behind you. Always.
Well,
Gotta look extra.
we,
More time.
Dang.
So
I
no,
hope Lamorna's okay.
nothing in like the pouches. Loot
Um,
this corpse.
Yeah, you want to loot him? Let me see.
Kids,
What does
you
he
know,
get?
for charity
For the
for
kids.
us.
For the kids. Yes, literally, we'll take it to the kids. All right, there goes.
He has a dagger, a garrote, the leather armor that he's wearing. Probably, you know, he would have like some thieves' tools probably on his person, a crowbar, things like that. Maybe a crudely drawn design for his pole with a unicorn head on it.
That I'd like to keep, please.
Little
Because there's a
keepsake.
good chance Kellic. There's a good chance Kellic drew it. This was the
So
killer.
no reasoning for why he needed a unicorn head? Because I know we saw him looking for one, right? But we never. So we only observed him before. We didn't like interact with him, right?
Someone in the chat, I think, I'm sorry, everybody. It's been a number of months since we played, but you might have had a small conversation with him where you asked him like what he was doing, and I think he gave you some bullshit, like I'm just out here looking and hunting.
I thought he did tell us he was hunting. I feel like I remember somebody saying they were hunting unicorns or something.
Okay, maybe he was that
And we
force
just
right
sort
about
of
it.
like we were just sort of
He
like,
said so-
oh, don't really want to get in a fight
like a
with this
white
guy,
horse
so
with
just
a
be like,
horn
oh,
and-
yeah, neat.
and we did. And we destroyed him.
Okay, but I guess we
Yeah,
just
you
didn't
wrecked him.
have
I
a
mean,
chance to
he's-
ask why. Okay.
Can I
Well-
keep the gloves?
I don't
I
think
guess-
the plot point about what they want with the unicorn horn, I'm positive hasn't come up yet.
Okay. Well, so shall we go back to the kids and tell them what we've learned, and then
That.
Yeah.
Just sad. Maybe if we
And then we
find.
lure Granny away.
right? I think that we'll come up with the plan and the invitation and things like that to get her lured in free will, all that stuff.
Perfect.
So go back to
Yeah.
the tree children and formulate the plan there.
Okay.
Perfect.
So if I'm understanding what you want to do, you guys want to somehow craft an invitation while you're still here in Thither and get it to her.
Yes. Get it to
Okay.
Granny to lure her away to Jan.
Just
Basically, we want to like
I want to.
falsify an invitation or something.
Just a question. While we did kind of look out that window at that main battle. About how many soldiers would you say we saw kind of during that little battle?
You ever played one of my game and the word dozens comes up?
Yes,
Dozens.
dozens and dozens.
Toy soldiers, yeah.
Yes.
If we're gonna craft an invitation, can we
Okay.
craft an invitation for the hag that's in Hither, but drop like make it look like the hag from Hither was the one invited, not the hag from Tether, and then she reads the invitation and thinks she found an invitation for her sister instead of herself, pinning all three together.
So,
Or is that too
some
complicated?
real tomfoolery going down here. I like it.
Well, except for we know that they get together in groups of 2, not groups of 3. So I think it will be easier to get Granny to Jan than to get all of them to Jan.
I did, and we could do that, but I remember there were a lot of soldiers there. You think that we could get through all those guys?
We don't use the main entrance. We use a back entrance.
Because isn't one of the rules here like you have to accept invitations and stuff? Too?
It was when Zabilna was in charge.
Oh, that's right.
Let me see, because I did.
Just willy nilly.
I wrote the current rules down.
You still have to accept a gift.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I think it's the rule of hospitality, the rule of gift giving, and the
And
rule,
reciprocation.
rule of reciprocation. Yeah.
Yeah,
We
the world of Prismere is ruled by hospitality. You treat people with respect and accommodations unless proven otherwise after. Rule of ownership: you must not steal from a friend, enemy, or stranger. An unforgettable breach of etiquette.
Unless they're dead.
All that. Okay.
When,
Don't lie.
when someone offers a gift, you must offer something of similar value now or later, if the gift is accepted.
However, for one, they're the hags, so
Yeah.
they're
And
not
one-
necessarily. They have been hospitable and nice to you, you know,
Uh-huh.
and things, but
Following the rules.
certainly, certainly, Skabatha would probably view you all as having broken the rules, having taken
Yeah.
her what she sees as her possession and taking the kids and whatever. Like, I wouldn't rely on those rules, like
Yeah.
for many
I-
expectations of etiquette.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I even put for that rule specifically because I think you said something about it. Like in parentheses, hags might have perverted. Like
Yes.
this
Those are the words on mine too, so he must have said that. It's word for word that's on mine.
So yeah, not might have, they have. So
Well-
okay.
We're at time. I'm interested to hear this plan, and I think that's where our session next time is going to pick up. So thanks everybody for hanging out here as we kick things back off with the Wild Beyond the Witchlight. We'll be playing this every other week, so we'll be back in 2 weeks on Tuesday, starting at 7:30. Pick up the next piece of this. Thanks for hanging out. If you want to get to know us a bit better, do please drop by our Discord server. where you can get information about the schedule and all the things happening on the channel. Maybe even find a game yourself to play in with us. If we've entertained you in any way, or you've enjoyed the streams, check out the Patreon and consider supporting that. Just a reminder, 20 Sides Week of Giving will be next week, starting Monday, May 9th through the 14th. We'll be running some special games to raise some money for the Center for Suicide Awareness. If you'd like to make an early donation, you can do so at our Tiltify page, where we're collecting money for this organization. Really good organization, really good work that they do. So yeah, all the money that we're raising for that will go directly to them. That's all I've got. Any last thoughts, last words before maybe we'll kick a raid over to someone?
Just thank you.
Nice playing, guys. Thanks.
Glad to be back. Thanks, Alex.
Rating us.
That poor unicorn. Oh my god. Wow.
My heart broke. I think I yelled when the unicorn got hurt. I was like,
Oh, that was not cool.
like, I don't think I've yelled that loud in a D&D game.
We just got raided.
Yeah, thank you, Drake Takes. The funny thing is, I was about to push raid, go over to their channel. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, we always do this to each other, don't we? We raid each other right at the tail end. So, but thank you. Appreciate you stopping by. We're just wrapping up our Witchlight. Yeah, poor unicorn. He didn't have enough damage output to kill it, though. So, there's that. It's still alive.
She's gonna be fine.
Yeah, it's okay.
That's what you tell little kids, but they're not gonna be. They're not gonna be.
The unicorn's at a farm.
Don't take it to a
Over
dark
in
place.
Hither.
Run and run.
There is indeed a unicorn lake. I've seen it,
It's real.
It's there. Yeah. Yep, farm upstate. That's right, though.
All right, we'll kick a raid over to. Let's go see Total Party Chill. Thanks, everyone. We're gonna go take the raid over there. Have a good night, and we will see you all soon.
Take care, guys.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.